Welcome back to our channel, soap fans. I am literally sitting here in the dark, staring at my screen, typing furiously because the Tuesday, the 4th of August, 2026 episode of Days of Our Lives just completely broke my brain. Let's start with the absolute chaos that is Philip Kiriakis. Philip actually locked Sarah and Xander in a room together, like they are grounded teenagers in some cheesy 90s sitcom. I know some people are loving this forced proximity trope, but personally, I was screaming at my screen. Who does Philip think he is? He just locks them up and forces them to confront their buried feelings. But then, thank the soap gods, Kate Roberts Brady walks in and absolutely rips into her son. Yes, Kate. She literally yells at Philip, reminding him that they are not in high school anymore and demands he let them out immediately. Kate is the only person in Salem with a working brain right now, I swear. But honestly, the damage is already done. Because in that locked room, the tension between Sarah and Xander was so thick you could cut it with a chainsaw. Sarah is trying so incredibly hard to pretend she doesn't care. She is clinging to this fake, forced narrative that she is moving on with Brady Black. Brady? Come on. We all know Brady is just a placeholder for her. When she was locked in that room with Xander, you could see the emotional walls completely crumbling. She is fighting her feelings so hard, and for what? Pride? She is so incredibly stubborn. Remember when they tried this Sarah Moves On plot before with other guys? Yeah, didn't work then either. And Xander. Oh my God, Xander. The look of pure, agonizing realization on his face when they were forced to confront their feelings was devastating. He realized right then and there, in that tiny room on Tuesday, August 4, that their divorce was a massive, hasty mistake. He is never, ever going to get over Sarah Horton. She is his true north. Xander used to be Victor's ruthless hitman, a complete thug, but Sarah made him human. And now he has to face the harsh reality that anything he is doing now doesn't make him even a fraction as happy as being with her. But because they are both so deeply flawed, neither of them wants to be the first to admit they were wrong. So they just suffer. They just sit there in their own misery, knowing that being together is the only thing that makes sense. I wanted to reach through my television screen and shake both of them. Just kiss already. Stop playing these games. But no, they are going to drag this out because that is what Zara does. They sabotage their own happiness. Am I the only one who is physically exhausted by their dynamic? I love them, but they make it so incredibly hard to root for them sometimes. Okay, wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's shift gears to Brady Black, because I need to talk about how utterly clueless this man is. Brady runs straight to Marlena Evans on this Tuesday, August 4 episode because he is so confused about Kristen DiMera. Kristen suddenly bailed on Rachel's homecoming from Bayview with some vague nonsense excuse, and Brady is just scratching his head. He is literally sitting on Marlena's couch, whining about how Kristen was so nice to him and EJ recently. Why would she just disappear, Marlena? I cannot with him. Brady has the survival instincts of a fruit fly. Brady, you absolute fool. She is plotting. And the supreme irony here is that Marlena, the decorated, world-renowned psychiatrist who has dealt with Stefano DiMera for decades, is totally stumped. Marlena cannot figure out Kristen's deal right now. Meanwhile, we all know from the spoilers that Kristen is currently running around Salem disguised as Susan Banks. She is literally using EJ's dead mother's face to sneak around town bypass security and poison Rachel's mind against EJ. And Brady is just like, gee, I wonder why she missed the party. It is so frustrating to watch him be this blind, but also it is peak soap opera, and I am totally here for it. Because Kristen is a psychopath, and she is playing 4D chess while Brady is playing checkers. She is going to use that Susan Banks disguise to completely destroy EJ's life, and nobody even sees it coming. EJ's downfall is happening right in front of our eyes, and Kristen is orchestrating the whole thing from behind a pair of fake teeth and a wig. It is brilliant. It is unhinged. It is classic Days of Our Lives. But let's get to the real heart-pounding part of the Tuesday, the 4th of August, 2026 episode, the Alamania disaster. Javi Hernandez is completely losing his mind with worry over Leo Stark. And Gus is absolutely fed up. And honestly, I do not blame Gus one bit. Imagine your boyfriend pacing a hole in the floor, having a full-blown panic attack because his ex is on a dangerous overseas mission. Gus looks at Javi and is basically like, why do you care so much about your ex? Because Javi is still in love with Leo. It is so obvious Javi is projecting all this anxiety because he knows he made a mistake letting Leo go. Gus is sitting there realizing that he is just a placeholder, and it is honestly heartbreaking to watch his face fall when he realizes the truth about Javi's heart. And Javi is completely right to be terrified, because Leo is an absolute walking disaster. Leo flies all the way to Alamania to find Gwen Rizczech. And miracle of miracles, he actually finds her. I was cheering for about 2 seconds. Leo Stark, the ultimate gossip king, actually did something selfless and found his bestie. But because Leo never, ever thinks before he acts, he didn't secure the perimeter. He didn't bring backup. He just waltzed right in like he was walking into the Brady pub for a latte. And what happens? He walks straight into a lethal trap. Dimitri von Leuschner. I knew it. I knew Dimitri was behind this. The man is a total psychopath, and he is completely obsessed with making Gwen pay for that whole hostage situation. Dimitri steps out of the shadows, and my heart just dropped into my stomach. Remember when Dimitri married Gwen while secretly sleeping with Leo? The trauma this trio has is insane. And now Dimitri has both of them cornered in Alamania, and he is not playing games anymore. He wants absolute revenge. So now Leo and Gwen are both in extreme danger. Dimitri has them exactly where he wants them, and the episode just leaves us hanging. I am dreading what Dimitri is going to do to them, but I also kind of want to see it because the stakes are finally real. Who is going to save them? Is Javi going to hop on a plane and play hero? We know Rafe is supposed to be heading there soon, but will he make it in time before Dimitri does something irreversible? Seriously? If Rafe doesn't bust through that door in Alamania with his gun drawn in the next 5 minutes of screen time, I am going to riot. We cannot lose Gwen after she just survived all that Demira chaos. And Leo, despite being a total menace to society, is our menace. We need him back in Salem causing drama, not locked in a dungeon by his psychotic ex-lover. I am going to be a nervous wreck waiting for the next episode. This show is going to be the death of me, I swear. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, because I need to know I am not suffering alone